Alrighty guys, here is something that yeah, I wish I had watched a video like this before I built my Glock. Basically, on the inside of here, you have what's called a channel guide. I think that's what it's called. Where your striker assembly, this whole thing, basically, mainly up here where the little cups are, right up here. This slides in and out of this little channel guide, which is basically a straw in a way. A piece of a straw. It's kind of what it looks like. And I've got mine in there, and it's messed up. So I'm going to have to get it out one way or the other somehow. And we're going to replace it, because it is messed up. Okay, so that took longer than I wanted it to take. Basically, apparently you can use a 40 caliber brush to push all the way in, and then the barbs on here should grab a hold of that channel liner and pull it out. Well, it didn't, obviously, and by the looks of what it is now, I obviously had to use a drill bit, which is another thing that you can do, but will destroy that channel guide if for whatever reason you just need it out and it's not messed up like mine was messed up. And I used a 5/16 drill bit, and that's the perfect size to fit down in there. So if you have trouble getting that channel liner out for whatever reason, a 5/16 drill bit will go down in there. Be very careful not to go too far and to scratch anything up that you're not supposed to. You're basically just stripping out that old channel liner. So what should I have done in the first place? I should have used a proper tool. That's a fix that that's a solution that most things can be fixed with. If you use a proper tool. Alright. So what we got here, just cut that. No. What we got here is a channel liner and the tool for installing said channel liner. Now, I think I paid, I'll tell you exactly what I paid here in just a second. Here's the tool. It's a Lone Wolf. Here's the channel liner. This is what this whole thing is about. This little bit, that's why I said it literally is like a piece of a straw. Like, that's all it's thinking is. Yep, it doesn't have a sheet in here, so I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. I think this was $10. I think I paid $20 for all this. Alright, so your channel liner is made to hold the stupid little thing. This probably will end up becoming a punch or something, because I don't know if I'll ever use it, or maybe I'll sell it or something. I don't know, but this is what the channel liner tool does, is it holds the tool and it allows you to install it without the fiasco that I just went through, supposedly. So we push this guy down in here. Yep, starts to go down. Push it all the way down. And we are going to give it some love taps with this little guy. There, that sounds like it's fully seated. We're going to look down in there to make sure that it is fully seated, which it does appear to be so. I'm going to make sure, because I do not want to ever have to take this thing out again. Yep, that's as far down as that guy's going to go, because that meets the wall on the inside of that channel. Yep, so there's no way that it can go any further. So, now that that's done, that was the issue that we had of why we couldn't use, I'm looking all up at you. This camera's at a really weird angle. I hope it, yeah, anyway. That was the issue that we were having with the original Lone Wolf striker assembly, because the striker assembly on the original one, these little cups right here, it won't focus, but these little cups right here, they were marine cups, which means that they have little cutouts in them that allowed oils, particulates, and water, marine water, to move past it, so it doesn't become like a piston, right? Because if you like these factory ones, they are like a piston, where if you get oils and stuff built up or water in here, that can slow the striker down and cause light primer strikes and things like that. With those marine cups, it should just push right past that. So we might switch this out for the Lone Wolf one. This is an OEM, so put the Lone Wolf one back in here, because the Lone Wolf one wasn't working in this before when we had this channel liner in it, because it wasn't pushed forward all the way. The channel liner had a little gap at the end that I messed it up by not putting it in far enough without the tool, and it was causing some issues. So hopefully this will fix some of those issues, or fix all that issue, and I should be able to use the Lone Wolf one in here again, and hopefully we can get it running. It already is running for whatever reason. Anyway, that is how you use that tool. That is a little tip for y'all. Buy a tool, even if it's for the job. I'll turn y'all around, this drives me nuts. There we go. Buy a tool, all right, instead of having to rebuild a gun. Depending on the tool, all right? Depending on the tool, depending on the job. Some things you can get away with using something else. In this case, I ran a 50-50 chance that it would or wouldn't work how I installed it. It did not work. I messed it up, which almost cost me a striker assembly, right? Or it could have potentially cost me worse, depending on how much I messed stuff up by trying to disassemble the gun. Whereas a $9, $10 tool, right, which I'll probably never use again, may be able to sell it for $5 or whatever, I don't know. But a little tool can save you a lot of headache in the long run. And here's perfect case in point: an Otis brand spanking new, an Otis bore brush, right? A 40 caliber bore brush now looks like a piece of crap, right? Because I tried to use this to get it out. So here is something that's messed up, won't work as well anymore. Whereas a $9, $10 piece tool would have saved me that trouble. There you go. Hope y'all enjoy learning from my mistakes. So there we go. We're going to put the other striker assembly in here, and y'all don't care about that because it was as easy as doing this. Wow, wasn't that hard? Anyway, y'all be good, you be safe. Catch you on the next video.